We spoke to relationship expert Dr. Diavon Young about how to keep it together, when to call it quits, and be careful if you're starting something new. Dr. Young, when we look outside, there's a lot of mess and a lot of chaos, and it has a tendency to seep through our four walls and makes things worse when you have mess and chaos inside your four walls. So let's start with a principle of rediscovering the person that you are with, because you all are going to go through it together.
This season has reduced everyone to the essence of what and whom they really are. If we are to be effective and embracing the person that we're sequestered, or for some of us feel like we're under house arrest with, it would be very wise to take a moment to look at yourself and think about, how is this affecting me? Often we become very predisposed to the relationship that's external when the internal relationship with self drives that. So a couple of things that I would suggest is that we pay particular attention to how is this affecting me? Am I really coping? Is my stress heightened? And more than anything else, are my needs being met? Because until we do that, we really can't with clarity see the other person.
All right, so there's stress and mess, you call it. For a lot of people, the stress is about money. They lost jobs that they did not intend to lose. They lost businesses. They're struggling with businesses. So we've got to put money in its place. How much in the psychology of everything does it help us that we all kind of understand each other because we were impacted by something that we didn't see coming?
The question or the statement you're making really resonates in this area called core values. You have to stop and think about, now that we are in this situation where our finances can be strained, and especially when our different ways of seeing money, and some of us are spenders, some of us are savers, some of us are looking at this situation like, well, hell, this may be the last days that some people want to see it, and then yet others are thinking, okay, what if this lasts for another 6 months to a year? This is a great time to have a very needed and probably for some uncomfortable conversation about resources, where they truly stand and what we should do with them, because all those boxes coming from Amazon and from and these other shopping networks and what have you may be a sign that you're using an external solution to an internal problem. So now more than ever, it is critical that we talk about our views on spending, our views on saving, and what to do with the resources that are left at our disposal.
I'm a big fan of therapy. Not everybody has access to it, or not everybody feels like they can actually kind of go do that right now. So how do you start the conversation with that other partner, especially if that other partner is unwilling?
First thing you must do is don't just start talking. A lot of us make the mistake of getting into these deep, probably what you feel to be revealing conversations, but the truth is you're talking without an agenda. You're talking without having okay, what is this issue that we're discussing? Why is it important? So the first step is this: get a pen and paper or a tablet, write down exactly what is it that you want to see come from addressing the subject. Second thing, do more listening than you do talking. One of the things that creates hostility or elevates the level of hostility is people not feeling heard. And when people don't feel heard, they do things like shout, they raise their voices. Some of us shout without making a sound, meaning these hostile facial expressions where you look like you want to slap out of someone and what have you. So what we must do under times like this is identify, number one, what is really bothering me. And when you think about that, write down not just what is bothering you, but why does it bother you? How does it make you feel? And at that point, once you identify and set a frame around this thing where you understand, okay, this is what needs to happen for me to feel like this is addressed, or for this to at least make me feel heard, make me feel valued in some way, then sit with the other person. And some of us just simply have had these things ratcheting up over months, days, weeks, and God forbid, if you're married or cohabitating, it could even be years. So don't think, number one, that when you have this conversation, it is going to resolve it. It may just be the first step and bringing this thing to the table. And the second thing, anything you can't resolve in 20 minutes, you probably won't resolve in 2 hours. So allow the other person to hear you, to understand why this matters. how it's affected you, and above all, there needs to be a consensus in what you want in an outcome.